Hey friends, welcome to our Utsuk YouTube channel. This is our part 16 video tutorial on Java programming. In this video tutorial, we're gonna learn about the constructor in Java. So let's move to the content. At first, we're gonna discuss about the constructor in Java and how to define the constructor in Java, and after that, the constructor overloading. So let's see what the constructor means. Constructor are the special method that is called when an object is instantiated. So constructor is same like the method, and we define constructor as same as we define the method, but it is considered as the special method. So we use constructor in order to initialize the newly created object before it is used. So whenever the constructor is created, and in order to call the constructor, we define the object, and at the time of instantiation of the object, the constructor is called. So it can be used to set initial values for object attributes. So let's see how to define the constructor. This one is the syntax to define the constructor. As here it's modifiers, and here it's the constructor name, and this one is the constructor body. So whenever we define the constructor name should be same as the class name. Suppose this is the example for my class constructor. The constructor name is my class. Then the class name should also be the same as constructor. Or in order to define the constructor, this class name and the constructor name should be same. So calling the constructor. We can call a constructor when we create a new instance of the class containing the constructor. So in order to call the constructor, we simply define the object of that class, and at the instantiation of the object, the constructor is called by itself. For example, if you want to call the constructor of the my class, then you simply create the object of that class, then at that time it will call the constructor. So let's see constructor overloading. So a single class can have multiple types of constructor, and if we define multiple constructor with the same name but the different signature, that is the parameter they take, then it is set as constructor overloading. Suppose you have constructor like my class that takes no parameter, which is called default parameter, and you have same constructor with the same name but it takes different signature, like it takes two parameter or the single parameter, then at that case it is said to be as constructor overloading. So we will understand this constructor overloading in a practical way. So let's see the constructor concept in a practical way. So let's open our NetBeans IDE. So let's create one project, practice_15. So let's remove out this comment. So let's begin our practical session. So here is one class outside of the main method, that is public class my class. So here I'm gonna define one integer variable as same as in previous OOP concept example. So I'm gonna define here one default constructor, that is it does not take any parameter, default constructor. So I'm defining here one constructor which is default constructor, and while defining the constructor in Java or in any programming language, you should have the same name with the class name. So this one is my default constructor here, as it has the same name with the class name. So here I'm gonna simply print inside default constructor now I'm gonna print here as the value of integer, that is value equals to integer var, integer var. Now this one is called as the default constructor, So in order to call the constructor, we simply create the object here, my class obj1 equals to new my class. As in previous video, we have already seen how to create the object of the class. So this class should be here static as well, as we are accessing from the static main method. Then the class should also be the static one. And now if we run this program, it simply print out this value, and whenever the object is created, it automatically calls the default constructor here, as this one is the default constructor. Let's run this program. As you can see that it's giving me the value as a 10. So in previously we have seen same concept with the method, but this one we are accessing the value through the constructor. And the one benefit of the constructor is that we should not have to use object like obj1 dot and the method name. So it's simple. Whenever we create the object of the class, then it automatically calls the default constructor here, as we can compare from the previous one video here. So let's compare this and this file. As this one is the previous lecture program, and here this one is we are doing here, and this one is the recent one. So let's compare between the method and the constructor. So whenever we create the method here like a value, then we have to create the object, and using that object we have to call the method. But in the case of the constructor here, you can see that whenever we create the constructor, so we don't have to use the object and call the constructor, but whenever we create the object here, it automatically calls the default constructor here. So I hope you have understood the difference between the method and this special method called constructor here. So let's see another. If we create the another constructor like parameterized constructor, then you create a parameterized constructor here, public my class, and you need to give some parameter here, like I'm gonna give here new integer var. So I'm gonna change this integer var through this parameter as this dot integer var equals to new integer var, and I'm gonna print out the value of new integer equals to integer var. So let's print out here some message inside parameterized constructor. So in order to call this parameterized constructor here, let's create another object which calls the parameterized constructor obj2 equals new my class. Then you need to pass here one parameter like value or 8 we can pass here. So this second object gonna calls this parameterized constructor, whereas this first object gonna call this default constructor here. So with the same name we can use the multiple functionality, and if we use this concept like with the same name but the different signature here, it does not take any of the parameter, but this take one parameter. So using the same name in a constructor but with the different signature value, then this concept is known as constructor overloading. So let's run this program. As you can see that at first it's giving the default value as default constructor is called value equals to 10. But whenever the second object is created here, then it simply gives the value as inside parameterized constructor and the value of new integer equals to 8. As we have passed 8 from the parameter here while creating the object, and it simply changed this value. So this keyword is used in order to specify the data or variable of the superclass that is of my class. So I hope that you have understood the concept behind the constructor and how to create the constructor and how to call the constructor. And I hope that you have also understood the difference between the constructor and method and some of the concept behind the constructor overloading as well. So in next lecture video, we're gonna cover about the method overloading. So we will meet you in our next lecture video. Till then, goodbye.